Thank you for pressing play. Your presence here brings joy to my heart. Hello and a warm welcome to our channel. Today, we're delving into Facundo Torres. Facundo Daniel Torres Pérez, born 13 April 2000, is a Uruguayan professional footballer who plays as an attacking midfielder or winger for Brazilian Série A club Palmeiras and the Uruguay national team. Torres previously played for Peñarol, where he won the 2021 Uruguayan Primera División title, and for Orlando City, where he helped win the 2022 US Open Cup, their first trophies since becoming a Major League Soccer franchise. In this section, we'll be shedding light on early life and its impact on our understanding of the subject. Torres was born in the Centro y Noroeste neighborhood of Montevideo, but grew up in Lopez, Canelones. At the age of 4, Torres attended his first football training session with his cousin Joaquin at Juventud River de Lopez, but showed little interest and instead sat in the middle of the field and played with dirt. His father later took him to Lopez Wanderers, where he enjoyed playing with friends before spending a year with Defensa Sporting. At the age of 10, he was selected to play in the National Championship final to represent the regional Southern League in Melo, where he was scouted by Peñarol and invited to join their academy. With Peñarol, Torres traveled to Brazil to play in a friendly international competition for academy teams. Despite being 2 years younger than his teammates such as Federico Valverde, Diego Rossi and Santiago Bueno, Torres was a standout player at the tournament. Coached by Robert Lima, Torres continued to be fast-tracked through the age groups and in 2014 helped Peñarol to an under-15 national title. In February 2016, Torres was invited to train with the professional senior team for the first time, at the age of 15. That same year, Italian Serie A club Juventus made an attempt to sign Torres via his agent Daniel Fonseca. Torres' father opposed the move, thinking he was too young and describing it as via the back door, parting ways with Fonseca as a result, with Torres remaining at Peñarol to continue his development and earn playing time. As we venture forward, let's examine 2020 first senior debut in detail and gain a deeper appreciation for its significance. Torres was named in a senior matchday squad for the first time on 7 June 2018 as an unused substitute against Defensa Sporting. Moving between the first team and reserves under both Leonardo Ramos and Diego Lopez without ever debuting, Torres was handed his senior debut by Diego Forlan on 16 August 2020 in a Primera Division win against Boston River. He came on as a 46th-minute substitute for Masas de los Santos and scored his team's opening goal 5 minutes later. He made his continental debut in the delayed 2020 Copa Libertadores group stage, starting all 4 of the remaining games and scoring once in a victory over Chilean side Colo-Colo. In his debut season, Torres made 34 appearances and scored 10 goals across all competitions. Let's now turn our attention to 2021 championship winners and uncover the fascinating insights it brings to the table. Torres scored 4 goals during Peñarol's run to the 2021 Copa Sudamericana semi-finals before being eliminated by eventual winners Atlético Paranaense. In his final competitive appearance for the club, Torres scored the equalizer in the semi-finals of the 2021 Uruguayan Primera División Championship playoffs on 7 December, bringing Peñarol to a draw with Torneo Apertura winners Plaza Colonia. Peñarol won the shootout. Because Peñarol had the most aggregate points of the regular season, they were crowned champions without a finals. Torres made 33 appearances and scored 10 goals across all competitions during his final season at the club. With the groundwork laid, let's now examine 2022 first season in MLS, US Open Cup victory, and club record goal contributions and its connections to our previous discussions. On 24 January, Torres signed for Major League Soccer club Orlando City on a 4-year young designated player contract with the option for a 5th. He joined for a reported club record $9 million fee. Torres debuted on 11 February for Orlando in a preseason friendly with Colorado Rapids, resulting in a draw. On 19 March, Torres scored his first goal for the club in a win over LA Galaxy. Torres scored his first brace for Orlando, his second goal being a penalty kick in a win over Sacramento Republic FC in the final of the 2022 US Open Cup on 7 September, thus securing the club's first trophy since becoming an MLS franchise in 2015. With 4 goals, Torres was the joint highest goalscorer in the competition. In his first season with the club, Orlando placed 7th in the Eastern Conference, securing the club entry into the playoffs. Orlando was eliminated by CF Montreal in the first round in a defeat. Torres scored 9 goals in the regular season and assisted 10 others, tying him second overall in goal contributions in a regular season for the club with Kevin Molino and Kakan behind Nani. Overall, Torres made 40 appearances for Orlando, scored 13 goals, and made 12 assists across all competitions, the most goal contributions, 25 in club history at the time. Get ready for a thought-provoking discussion as we delve into 2023, second consecutive leading goal contributor and its impact on our understanding. In the following season, due to Orlando City winning the US Open Cup the previous year, the club qualified for the 2023 CONCACAF Champions League, the team's first time in the competition. Orlando made a first-round exit on the away goals rules following a draw over 2 legs against Tigres UANL. In the 2023 US Open Cup, Orlando were defending champions but were beaten by Charlotte FC in the round of 32. Torres scored his first ever regular season brace for the club in a victory over New York Red Bulls on 3 June. He made his debut Leagues Cup appearance with a start against Houston Dynamo in the first round of the group stage. The Lions drew, followed up with a penalty shootout victory in which Torres scored the winning penalty. Orlando was eliminated in a loss to Inter Miami in the round of 32. Torres achieved double-digit regular season goals for the first time in his career with a brace in a victory over St. Louis City on 26 August. On 30 September, during a match against CF Montreal, Torres simulated being struck in the face by George Campbell, resulting in Campbell receiving a yellow card. 3 days later, Torres was fined by the MLS disciplinary committee for violating the simulation embellishment policy. In total, Torres scored 14 goals in 39 appearances in all competitions, second on the team behind rookie Duncan Maguire. However, with a further 5 assists, Torres' 19 goal contributions led the team. Let's now turn our gaze towards 2024, contract extension, new kit number, new club goal contributions record, and club top scorer, and explore the fascinating connections it has to offer. On 10 January, it was announced that Torres had signed a contract extension with the club through 2026, with options to extend further in 2027 and 2028. Torres also switched squad number from 17 to the number 10, which had last been worn by departing captain Mauricio Pereira. On 21 February 2024, Torres opened the competitive 2024 campaign with a brace against Cavalry FC in the first leg of their tie in the 2024 CONCACAF Champions Cup, helping secure a victory. Torres ended as the club's 2024 CONCACAF Champions Cup top scorer after they were eliminated on aggregate in the second leg of the round of 16 by Tigres UANL with 3 goals scored. On 22 June, Torres scored a brace in a victory over Chicago Fire on his 100th appearance for the club across all competitions. On 31 August, Torres scored a brace in a win over Nashville SC, a performance which would see him named to the team of the match 3 days later. Torres was again named to the team of the match for goal and overall performance against Charlotte FC on 18 September. On 28 September, Torres scored the 3rd goal of a victory at FC Dallas, allowing him to tie Sal Lauren for the most goals for the club across all competitions with 44. Torres' goal also allowed him to surpass the club record he set in 2022 for the most goal contributions in a single season with 17 goals and 9 assists, totaling 26. In the following match on to October, Torres scored his 18th goal of the campaign when he scored the first goal of a win over Philadelphia Union, allowing him to surpass Lauren's record and tie Dom Dwyer's combined USL and MLS goal-scoring record. On 27 October, Torres scored his 19th goal of the season in Orlando's opening playoffs match against Charlotte FC in a victory, allowing him to surpass Lauren's record for the most goals in a single season across all competitions for the club and surpass Dwyer's combined goal-scoring record. In total, Torres scored 20 goals in 44 appearances across all competitions, the most in club history, and he also assisted 9 goals, totaling 29 goal contributions, another club record. Now, we shift our focus to Palmeiras, a topic that deserves our attention. On 20 December 2024, it was announced that Torres had been transferred to Brazilian club Palmeiras for an Orlando City club record fee of reportedly up to $14 million. Torres signed to a 5-year contract until the end of 2029, and he expressed delight about being reunited with former Peñarol teammate Joaquin Piqueras. On 18 January 2025, Torres made his debut for the club in the Campeonato Paulista in a draw against Noreste. In Torres' next appearance on 25 January, he scored his first goal for the club, the opening goal of a loss to Novo Horizontino. On 16 April, Torres scored his first Serie A goal, the lone goal of a win at Internacional. On 19 June, Torres made his FIFA Club World Cup debut as Palmeiras defeated Egyptian club Al Ahly in the second group stage match. On 4 July, Palmeiras was eliminated by English club Chelsea in the quarter-finals in a loss, with Torres playing each game except the first group stage match. In the next phase, we'll be immersing ourselves in the realm of youth and exploring its real-world applications. Torres represented Uruguay as a youth international at under 15, under 17 and under 20 level. He was part of Uruguay squad at the 2015 South American U15 Championship and scored 5 goals in 5 games, the joint third most behind Brazilians Vitinho and Vinicius Junior, as Uruguay finished runners-up behind Brazil. He is the all-time top scorer for Uruguay unders and competed at the 2017 South American U17 Championship. As we enter this new chapter, let's navigate the complexities of senior and unravel its multifaceted nature. On 5 March 2021, Torres received his first senior Uruguay national team call-up as part of a 35-man preliminary squad for 2022 FIFA World Cup qualifying matches against Argentina and Bolivia. However, CONMEBOL suspended those matches the next day amid concern over the COVID-19 pandemic. He made his senior international debut on 3 June in a World Cup qualifier against Paraguay as a 66-minute substitute for Jonathan Rodriguez as Uruguay drew. He made his first start 5 days later in another goalless qualifying draw against Venezuela. In June, Torres was also named to the squad for the 2021 Copa América and appeared in all 5 games as a substitute. Uruguay were eliminated at the quarter-final stage on penalties by Colombia. In November 2022, Torres was named to the final 26-man squad for the 2022 FIFA World Cup. He was an unused substitute for all 3 games as Uruguay was eliminated at the group stage. On 20 June 2023, Torres scored his first international goal in a friendly victory over Cuba. On 4 September, Torres was called up to the squad for the 2026 FIFA World Cup qualifying matches against Chile and Ecuador. He made his campaign debut as a substitute for Maximiliano Arroyo against Ecuador in the 70th minute in a loss, and also appeared as a 77th minute substitute for Facundo Pelistri in a win over Bolivia. On 18 March 2024, Torres was called up for friendlies against Basque Country and Ivory Coast. Torres was included in the pre-tournament friendlies squad in the lead-up to the 2024 Copa América and made an appearance against Mexico on 6 June, coming on as a 69th-minute substitute for Darwin Núñez, which ended in a victory, but he was ultimately excluded from the final Copa América squad. On 3 September, Torres was called up for 2026 FIFA World Cup qualifying matches against Paraguay and Venezuela. Torres would come on as an 80th minute substitute for Brian Rodriguez against Paraguay and again for Rodriguez against Venezuela as a 54th minute substitute. However, Torres would later get substituted off himself in the 88th minute for Nicolas Fonseca, with head coach Marcelo Bielsa explaining that he did this because he felt that Torres had made the team weaker defensively when it needed to be stronger in that regard, and that he felt very sad doing so. On 18 March 2025, Torres was called up by Bielsa for 2026 FIFA World Cup qualifying matches against Argentina and Bolivia, but he did not make an appearance. On 3 June, Torres received another call-up for qualifying matches against Paraguay and Venezuela, but he did not make an appearance once again. In this segment, we'll be unraveling the complexities of club and exploring its multifaceted nature. Club season, League, States League, National Cup, Continental, Other, Total Division, Apps, Goals, Peñarol 2020, Uruguayan Primera División 32-5-6 2021 19-5-13-4-1 Total 51-10 19-5-1 Orlando City 2022 Major League Soccer 33-9-6 2023 30-14 1-0-2-0 2024 31-14 4-3-8 Total 95-37-7-4-6-3 Palmeiras 2025 Série A 16-4-14-3 Clear Total 160-51 14-10 4-32. Appearances and goals by club, season and competition. With our curiosity piqued, let's embark on a dedicated exploration of international and its fascinating intricacies. National team year, apps, goals, Uruguay 2021 10-0 2022 0-0 2023 5-1 2024 4-0 2025 0-0 Total 19-1. Appearances and goals by national team and year. Scores and results list. Uruguay's goal tally first. Score column indicates score after each Torres goal. List of international goals scored by Facundo Torres. In this section, we'll be deep diving into honors, unraveling its complexities and uncovering valuable insights. Peñarol Uruguayan Primera División 2021. Orlando City's Open Cup 2022. Individual Uruguayan Primera División Team of the Year 2020-2021. Don't forget to hit that notification bell so you never miss an update from my channel.